Hey everyone, Brian and Jeff with WorkshopAddict.com, and today we're taking a look at Skilsaw's new Super Sawsquatch. This is a 16 and 5/16 inch worm drive circular saw, model number SPT70V-11. This bad boy is huge.
That's an understatement. It is a table saw without legs.
Yeah, it's 24 inches long, plus a little over 17 inches tall, weighs in at 28 pounds. This thing is a monster, and while you're cutting with it, you will feel every bit of it.
Oh, definitely. You know you got something in your hand when you pick it up.
When you unbox this saw, the auxiliary handle will not be connected, and you notice there's 2 points to connect it, up by the dust connection, up on the top of the saw, and down where the bevel adjustment is. And it's nice when you have this large and this heavy of a saw to be able to manipulate where you're going to hang on to it.
You definitely need 2 handles. You could probably get away with 3 if you had 3 arms.
And there is another back handle back here where a normal circular saw is, but I don't think a lot of people are going to be using that, but it's going to depend on your cut. Let's go over some quick specs. You have a 6 1/4 inch depth of cut at 90 degrees, a 4 5/16 inch depth of cut at 45 degrees. This has Skilsaw's 15 amp dual field motor. The whole saw is built with magnesium other than a few plastic parts, and that includes the die-cut magnesium footplate. You also have a blade brake on here, which is very welcome when you're dealing with something this large.
And it does work quite well.
And it does give you a little bit of torque.
Oh yeah, it definitely twists in your hands.
Yep. You have a no-load RPM of right around 2,500 RPMs, and this thing really has a lot of torque. And it doesn't feel like the blade's just whipping through there, but it is.
It's got a lot of power. The blade spins at a slower RPM, which is surprising how well it cuts.
And when you look at this saw compared to these two,
the only drawback is it doesn't have a rafter hook. I don't know who would use it.
The first thing this guy does when we come in here is go, how would you cut this over your head? It's all a joke. You're never going to take this thing on a ladder. It's huge. Let's just take a closer look at what this saw has to offer. Believe it or not, this black plastic base that's here comes with the saw, and you have some clamps on the front and back that allow you to clamp the foot plate of this saw down so that you can travel with it. And this is a 30-pound saw, and it's fairly stable in here, and trust me, when you travel with this, you will be thanking God that you have this thing connected to this base plate. When you look at the saw, it's very familiar to a normal skill saw.
Yeah, looking at the back end of the saw or the working end, it's identical to other worm drive saws, with the exception that with the length of this saw, it has a dual bevel lock, one on the back and one on the front.
The saw can bevel to 45 degrees, and it's pretty much a basic saw. There's really no frills here. You have a 1-inch arbor, and typically with most Skilsaw worm drive saws, you have a friction plate here that basically gives you your anti-kickback. So the tighter you tighten this blade down, the less anti-kickback you have for any type of wood. You're going to have to adjust that based on hardwood, softwoods, or if you want to use it or don't. On the other side though, they do have a dust collection port. With the saw this size, when we hooked it up,
it did work quite well.
It does give you one more thing to think about.
You're dragging around a heavy saw, and now you've got a hose connected to it. But it did work well.
It did work well. So if you're using this saw and you need to change the blade, you can pull out the handy tool on the back. It does have an arbor lock on this side. Changing the blade is just like any other worm drive saw. You can check the oil on this side. It's basically the same as any worm drive saw, except it's huge.
It's on steroids.
Realistically, this saw is made for a commercial contractor who's going to be cutting a lot of beams.
A few years back, we were building an indoor water park, and it was all beam construction where this would have really come in handy.
Yeah, a lot of people have said, hey, we could use this saw all day, and I don't see too many uses for this saw other than cutting full depth.
Specific, yes.
You're going to want to get away from this thing as soon as you can, not because it's a bad saw, but just because it's heavy.
It's big. I mean, if you're looking for accuracy on something smaller, grab a smaller saw.
The one thing though, while you're using it that I really did like is you have some markings on the die cast footplate. You have a 0 and 45 degree marking up front. And while you're looking at it from the back, you also have a 0 and 45 degree marking in the back. That allows you to line up those lines and the blade, keep your saw as straight as possible, because once you start that cut,
you're not going to manipulate that blade at all. Once you're into it, you're into it.
And it gives you that little bit of extra sight there, a little bit of extra confidence as you're going through to get that line nice and straight. Now, what we also found, if you're cutting a 6x6 and you go through, you're hanging on to this auxiliary handle and possibly pulling it down. So once you get through the end of it and this front of the footplate
once you get off the front of the shoe, it might want to drop on you. So
you just have to make sure that you're not compensating by hanging onto this handle a little bit too much and keeping the base plate of the saw flat in the wood. I think that's just a rookie move. We both did it.
We both did it on our first cut.
Right.
After that, we were aware of it. You compensate for it.
So nice if you want to have something that does have some dust collection if you're working on the inside of the anywhere, I guess. It does rotate. Again, it adds one more level of complexity to the saw. Cool saw, awesome saw to be able to use. I'm happy I don't have to use something like this on a daily basis. But check this out at WorkshopAddict.com. We have more information on our blog. We'll also have stuff on social media and a lot of giveaways going on. Make sure you check that out. Give us a like, subscribe to our channel. Thank you for your time, guys. Have a great day.